Got
That's
out
it.
there at 3 a.m.
That's the one in the red.
Yeah. Alright guys, this is one of the seats that I'm thinking of doing for the build. It's either these or the recliner ones that they have. See if they have them up here.
We cracked the turbo plant on, but then the alternator went out, the stator went out. But when we finally stopped, it was the battery was full.
Yeah, you got to somewhere where you weren't so remote.
For sure. You know? But
Yeah.
that car, you know, the brake went out first.
These.
Whatever, let it block. It has all the first. So for like
Oh, yeah.
the top two when they don't have a deck.
Yeah.
You can't do use full drive.
Yeah.
Charge your teeth.
Skirting everywhere. No Parker bumpers. It was so hot. It was just better and better. It was its fourth race. We were kind of excited about it, and all of a sudden this.
Oh, yeah.
All day long. So,
Okay.
So is that the car that Robbie's been building?
yeah. We built 4 of them.
Okay.
One for each of us to race, and then one test car. So
Okay.
they fully built the test car, and then once we kind of, and they've been building the other ones along with it.
Mm-hmm.
And then once we run this car, then that we drive once or seating positions and.
Yeah, I seen it, but I didn't see it.
Yeah.
These circuits. Oh god.
I haven't seen it. Yeah, the funny thing
These
is,
circuits are
I was
sick.
there, but
so I stopped by his house, and everybody there was like, you know, like the same thing. I
Good.
saw, but I didn't see it. I'm like, wow.
So guys, I've built many cars, but I've never done aftermarket racing seats. So this would be like my first real set. This is sick. What do you guys think? Yeah, I could see why people are taking crazy turns in these. Dude, you don't go anywhere.
Seats make a huge difference in driving.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, and especially I race off-road stuff,
Really? Yeah.
and I used to run a different brand seat before these guys, and no joke, I used to get out of the car afterwards when I couldn't move for 3 days.
Oh man.
You want a seat that locks you in.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, you don't want to slide at all. So when I fit into a seat, I literally want to squeeze into it. Like,
So-
I want it to be super tight around my hips, because when you're
Gotcha.
driving, it loosens up.
So what about the shoulder area? Do you want that to be tight as well, or do you more freedom in the shoulder, just in the
It's
waist?
more like in your hips, because the shoulder area you kind of want to be able to move a little bit, but if you lock your hips in, your shoulders won't move as much,
Gotcha.
because they're attached to your hips.
Yeah.
They make some cool 5-point harnesses that have flex in them, so you get the benefit of like a regular seatbelt where you can still move and grab stuff. You're not
Okay.
locked in, but you get the benefit of a 5-point harness. We'll look at something like
So another
that.
question with the harness: would you have to run a roll bar in the back, like a harness bar in the back to?
In the Porsche, I don't know. We mount ours on a bar. My guess is that Porsche already has a spot to put 5 points in it, don't they?
Yeah.
Harnesses? The Porsche already has a mounting spot for something to mount a 5-point on, right?
Or you can do it off of the base.
You can't do it off of the base. Most people do them off of the bases. Yeah. So on what year is it?
It's 95. 95, 993.
Well, so there's not like a place for a fifth hole, but a lot of people just run them back and run them to the
Even if you do,
bases.
so basically a 4-point.
Yeah, kind of
Okay.
a 4-point, but you can.
But
Put
shoulder-wise, there's a spot for it.
Well, are you
Sure.
gonna run a bar?
Yeah,
Are you gonna
if
run a hook
Like a
bar
harness
in it
bar?
at
Because
all, or a harness
preferably,
bar?
remember what I spoke about was like I wanted to keep the back seat intact because of my son. You know,
Mhm.
he loves to
Yeah.
ride and stuff like that. So sometimes I want to, put him in the
Have him
back
back
seat.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's 3 years old, but he loves cars. Like that's
Cool.
his thing. He always
Well,
wants to ride with
potentially you
dad.
can do a harness bar and have it penned too,
Okay.
so it can swing.
Okay,
Or
yeah,
come
yeah.
completely out
Yeah,
too.
without
We've done
doing
that
a-
on some of our
without doing
custom
a
cars.
work.
Whatever you guys would recommend, I'm totally down. Whatever works best, I'm totally down. Because this is all new to me. Because like I said, I've never done a.
I mean,
So
way better
seats-
if you're going to actually run harnesses, because then otherwise you have to run your harness to the back seat anyways to that pickup point.
Yeah,
anyways,
either to
which
the
is
back, but a
just
lot of guys
not-
will
right
run them up to the back and
anyways.
behind the top of the seat, and sometimes there's mounting places like in between, like where the top and the bottom are.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
like
yeah.
kind of like I think there's like a lot of times, and I don't know on 95, but it could be like where probably not back then where like baby seats would go. They have like
the tethers. or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. Okay.
God, it's just crazy. I'm gonna go grab this other seat. You can see that, and so this is a used one that we just had floating around.
Yeah.
And you'll notice that this one got modified. Came out of a Porsche like guy that had like a track car, and so he had the 5th hole for the sub belt put in it. It doesn't
Oh, I
come
see
that
it.
way.
Yeah.
So that's like custom done by one of our distributors like that. So there's a guy here who's a local.
This one here is carbon.
Oh,
That's nice.
that's a carbon one?
Yeah, so that's the QRT.
And that's
But
the
it-
ones I
but
like.
in carbon, yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know you guys were moving in
Yeah.
carbon. So if there's options as far as like, let's say you wanted the QRT, this one, could you get it?
What's too wide for the seat base?
It doesn't come that way, but I
Oh,
think
okay.
we can do. I think they'll allow us to do the leather ones, which is called the performance version,
Gotcha.
and it's kind of like special order one.
Yeah. Because I love
This
that.
truck
look.
doesn't need
Yeah,
carbon.
the
To me, I
red
think because my 993 is black.
with the red interior.
Yeah, with the red
yeah.
interior would look so amazing.
Yeah.
Especially with the whole color. Because
I know you used to see that like a lot, like when you see like a cool
Oh,
like a
it's
black car with
definitely-
red
red
interior.
interior,
it's
that's like
it looks cool. Yeah,
especially when you see
totally.
an older car
Yeah.
with red interior.
We used to
Especially
see
when
like
it's black.
BMWs or like you'd see like BMWs that would be black with red interior
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah. So
I had a friend that had
What's
a
the width
190.
on this one? You know
What's
what I
that?
mean? What's the width? The seat base width for mounting?
Oh, well, it depends on which side mounts you put on it actually, because they can come out like in different footprints.
Mm-hmm.
But it's right around 16 inches with the side mount.
Yeah, it just needs to be under 21. So
Oh yeah, you're good.
tons, but yeah.
thinking about this one?
Well, I have that in like 4 different cars.
Yeah.
So going with this, you know, I'm just so used to that one.
Yeah.
It's funny how you do kind of get, you know, it's like we've made the Pro 2000 for a million years. You know, and guys like still use it that have been using it like in rally cars and stuff.
Yeah.
I like this one a lot because of the carbon bit.
Yeah, the carbon's cool, especially
Yeah.
for a car like yours.
Yeah, it definitely would.
Mine are desert trucks. So it's like.
Yeah, because ultimately, it's cool looking. It saves a little bit of
Oh, yeah.
you know, until it's longer, but
And you'll see it in his car.
in his right.
When you
Yeah.
open the door, you'll see the carbon.
No,
Yeah,
it's
exactly,
against the
exactly.
back
Mine's up
bulkhead.
against the firewall. Yeah.
It feels good too.
That does feel good in the shoulders, doesn't it?
Yeah,
better
yeah.
Better than that one, right?
Yeah.
That was the one thing I thought too.
Yeah, I like this.
And I like that it's not too deep either.
Yeah.
When you get in a car, I think sometimes.
Yeah, it feels like you're falling in the seat. Yeah. That's cool. I love the fixed backs. I love these. The only reason I was even considering these is because, like I mentioned with my son.
Just be able to flip it forward.
Yeah, get my son in and out. But
Yeah.
I'm assuming even with these, I could just slide it forward and then.
Yeah, it's full. Like just come up on the tracks just like normal.
Yeah.
Well, one thing that he brought up is, would it be possible, since we do, if you want to go with that red, do you get extra material to do like interior stuff?
Yeah,
Oh.
totally. I've done it before, like where I've ordered like an extra hide or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
it matches.
to do that with my back seats, because I want to keep the back seats for my
Yeah.
son. And if I could match the back seats to that would look.
Yeah, no, totally. They'll
Yeah,
do it
yeah.
for us.
Yeah.
And like I said, we've done it with a couple of other things where we've ordered an extra hide off the same thing, so that
Nice,
we can
nice,
make it work.
nice.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So yeah.
I wanted to do a suede one. Wow, the leather part was good though. Yeah, but
Oh, we've got these cool new leather ones coming out.
what I really like, I like the concave.
A little bit deeper.
Yeah, I like the
Okay.
as deep as you could get it. Like I love that look. But,
So there's one that looks like this one. This is a R345. There's one that looks basically like that, but it's a little bit deeper.
is that the one that has the holes, the multiple holes going?
Oh no, that's
Oh, okay.
I think that the one with the holes is
This one a
what it's
little bit
called, but
deeper,
it's I
yes.
think it's the same depth as this. This
Yeah.
is so it's like this deep, but it's like with 3 spokes.
Yeah, that's what I
So
would
kinda
like.
the same thing,
I would
yeah.
like that. But I like the thickness of because I like a thick
The grip, yeah.
the grip. Yeah.
So the 383, this one has a nice thick grip on it. It's funny, we have a new wheel coming out, but it's not a deep one. That's kind of like it's like a 383, but in a bigger diameter,
Yeah.
and it's got 2 buttons in the thumbs, which are cool, like so you could use for
Yeah.
sort of anything, whatever. But
Control my music volume.
you could. I mean, it's just a contact button, so you can technically do it whatever.
Up
but-
volume and a down volume. The guy's like, what do you use this for? But that's what I would like. I like with a thicker grip and the deep,
So yeah.
whatever you would suggest.
That was in a U.S. Touring Car Championship Hyundai that caught on fire.
Oh, goodness. Did the driver make it out?
The driver jumped out and ran away.
Oh, okay, good.
And the
good.
car burned to the ground.
This is actually a unique display item I had.
Yeah, well, it was funny because the guy's kind of a buddy of ours, and he said, hey, I need to get a new seat for the car. The car burned this weekend, and we started talking about it. He goes like, God, you should see it. Like, the thing is just trashed. And he sent me a picture of the seat because he had it out of the car already. And I'm like, oh, that thing's cool. I go, do you still have it? And he said, yeah. And I said, God, can we have it for the showroom? And so he brought it down. It was up in Northern California.
You know what's crazy? Look at the seatbelts.
No, they still work.
The seatbelts are still good.
Yeah, and the Camelot still works perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and I mean, like I said, if you look, the car was
Yeah, look at it.
destroyed.
That's wow. Wow.
He wants to like show a video like the process, the you know,
Yeah, yeah.
All
you know, the
stuff
journey,
that's
the journey,
involved.
like a road to
Oh, all the
RWB.
parts. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
cool.
I mean, you and I know. I mean, building a set of seats isn't easy. You know, like, but people just think, oh, well, I can just go on Amazon.com and order a set of seats. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
no back. They just don't understand the whole process. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's even
Oh, I
like
thought you
it's
said you
funny
had-
because even like
Oh, you just had the wheel.
like for us, which is why we brought all the OEM stuff in because people
Okay.
always think of
Yeah,
Sparco
so
and they go
for
like, oh, you have these
the
aftermarket
wheel,
seats and whatever,
pads
and they don't realize
harnesses and-
like how much cool OEM stuff we do.
Yeah,
And
right.
the
Yeah,
factory's,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
the
yeah.
factory's gnarly.
I know
Over there.
that's
Like
nice.
go, we have like the biggest carbon facility, like in all of Italy, and all the race car stuff and the supercar stuff we do. I mean, you go like if you ever get over to Italy, like go on a tour of Sparco, like it'll blow you away because like then you really like have an appreciation, like okay, these aren't just some
Exactly.
slap together. It's like,
Exactly.
you go through the manufacturing, all the people, like how just technical it is and all this stuff. And you go like, oh, these are the they're making the front spoiler for the Lamborghini whatever, and,
Yeah, yeah.
like and like for the Alpha Quadrifoglio, we do a ton, like we make the roof and the spoiler and the seats and all kinds of stuff for that.
Yeah.
Like,
And that's the same thing with the RWB is like people just see him come cut up the cars. Even though there's seats in the cars, there's brakes in the cars, there's whatever in the cars, they don't understand that process because they don't really film them.
yeah.
And to them, they're just like, oh, it's just a kit. They just focus on the kit. Oh, how much does the kit cost? And this and that. But there's way more put into this beyond the kit. Yeah, the kit is costly, but there's a lot of parts that's being put in. And to me, to show people like, it could just be any average person who really just sets their mind and focuses and really has a plan. You could have an RWB yourself. You could come through and do the same
You
thing
could
I'm
do it,
doing
yeah.
right now,
Yeah.
And
it's designed for him.
when it's guys like you that's so open and you guys are welcoming for people to come in and see the products and stuff like that, anybody can come out and come see it.
Yeah.
You know? And that's the awesome part about
You
it.
just gotta have enthusiasm. That's it. You just gotta want to do it. You
And people don't realize it's not you're not ordering and it's just like a machine in the factory that's like with a claw and just picking up the seat and just that's not what happens. There's real people that are really nice people that
Into it,
yeah, that's into it. Just like you, they probably have sick cars you don't even know about.
Yeah.
You just think it's somebody on the computer just like okay, just order different cars.
No, I know. That's one of the things. Here's like everybody that works for like. We almost go like you almost gotta be a car enthusiast because it's just what drives you.
Yeah, exactly. So it's awesome, man. So I really wanted to document the whole process leading up to it, just to show people like you can do it too. You just gotta put in the effort. Just put in the effort.